Hello YouTube, this is Sam Waller, the Star Wars nerd geek ranter here, and I'm going to do a video about Ahsoka Tano. Hope you enjoy. Ahsoka Tano was born on Chile in 26 BBY to Dakota parents. At 3 years old, she was discovered by Master Plo Koon and brought to the Jedi Order to train. Ahsoka Tano's training under Grand Master Master Yoda and other Jedi instructors. She was taught in Ataru and Sicho and Surisu. The Clone Wars broke across the galaxy. Many Jedi were killed in the arenas of Geonosis and the opening 7 weeks of the war. Ahsoka Tano was assigned to be the Padawan learner of famed Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker. Even though on the battles of Chrysosis, Ahsoka and Anakin did not come to terms, but after the battle, after saving Stinky the Hutt and delivering him to Tatooine, Ahsoka and Anakin began their apprenticeship as master and apprentice, and created a friendship. Through Ahsoka Tano's career, she fought the infamous droid General Grievous twice, and surviving to tell the deadliest of tales, and also the assassin and turned night sister turned bounty hunter Asajj Ventress. Ahsoka and Ventress's story will continue. Their paths will meet again. Through the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano grew and grew and grew, fighting General Grievous and surviving it when they located his spy station. However, Ahsoka Tano's career as a Jedi Knight will be the greatest of tales. Around midpoint in 21 BBY, Ahsoka Tano forged a Shoto lightsaber. With advanced training in Nine-Man, Xi'an, and Ajemso by her master, Anakin Skywalker. Skywalker and Tano's career went great, fighting in many battles together. Her powers grew. She blended many of her styles, and she learned from her as a youngling into the style she's learning from her master. Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi found themselves on the Morse's monolith, home to the Ones, the celestial beings who guide the Force. Ahsoka Tano learned much about Anakin and much about herself and of the Force in general, returning to the galaxy. At the same time, she grew close to Lux Monteri, a lover, kind of. Their love was never fulfilled. She was able to teach the old man, the boy, about life, about how, and he even taught her this war is not as black as white as it once was, even saving Lux Monteri from a terrible mistake by joining Pre Vizsla's Death Watch to revenge his mother, Mina Bonteri, who was killed by Count Dooku's assassin, Asajj Ventress. But however, she did save Lux from that terrible mistake by joining Pre Vizsla. But Lux refused to go to Coruscant with her, still believing the Republic is still corrupt and evil. Oh boy. I don't know how corrupt it is, or how corrupt it will be. In that time, Ahsoka Tano snuck on board the rescue mission to rescue Grandmaster Evan Peel, one of the council members. Well, Evan Peel was killed by the Anuba Hounds. Ahsoka Tano was able to best them. Dying in Tano's arms, he gave her the coordinates of the Shadow, coordinates to when the Death Star will eventually be constructed. Ahsoka wanted to honor Master Evan Pill's memory by giving these coordinates to the Jedi Council. But Grand Moff Tarkin refused, and I think Tarkin won that argument. Because the Republic military is not really established yet, and he was the one who established it, but more of that later. After that was done, Ahsoka Tano was separated from her master and from Master Plo Koon and Anakin Skywalker on Felucia when she was stunned by a Trandoshan hunting party, wanting to use the young Padawan learner for sport. She met up with 3 Jedi and helped many of them survive, but one of them, dying in Ahsoka's arms, told her to look after the others. There, they tried to fight back. They did so. They found the famous Wookiee, Chewbacca, and he was able to send a signal to Tarful, who came and helped. Ahsoka and Anakin resolved the overprotectiveness once and for all. They were treated as equals. Through the course of the war, Ahsoka Tano's skills developed and improved even more. Even though she's been beaten and executed by Kyrosian slave hunters, she was still a worthy adversary. Around near the end or near the middle of 21 BBY, Obi-Wan Kenobi faked his death to uncover the plot to kidnap Supreme Chancellor Palpatine by conceding himself as Rego Hardeen. Skywalker and Tano did not know of Obi-Wan's plan because the Council kept it secret. And Obi-Wan's plan to discover this plot to kidnap Chancellor Palpatine almost went to failure when Chancellor Palpatine manipulated Anakin to revenge his master. Anakin and Ahsoka were sent to hunt down Rego Hardeen, Cad Bane. But however, the young Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker could not best his master as disguised as Rego Hardeen. Rego made the young Jedi unconscious. Cad Bane was going for the killing move. Ahsoka defended her master, but was unable to stop the fugitives from escaping. When the plot came into fruition, Ahsoka Tano was sent to protect the guests, but it was all a diversion. Obi-Wan and Anakin had to fight Count Dooku again. At the beginning of 20 BBY, well, near the end of 21 and beginning of 20, near the end of 21, near the beginning of 22, Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker were on a world where recently the Savage Press nearly choked a woman to death and escaped. Anakin sensed a presence, and Ahsoka wanted to know what it was. Boy, it was Darth Maul. Darth Maul. On Onderon, at the beginning of 20 BBY, Ahsoka Tano was assigned to Tarsk and train the Onderonian rebels to take back Onderon. Lux Montari, Steel Serra, and his sister were the leaders of the rebellion. They took Onderon, however, but they were soon overwhelmed when droid gunships under the price of Count Dooku sent these prototype war gunships with shields were soon to be overrun. However, Hondo Onuka, sent by Anakin Skywalker to deliver her missiles to fight back these droids. When Ahsoka Tano's gaze and focus, when Ahsoka Tano was concentrating on lifting Still's sister, one of the damaged gunships fired its laser and went through Ahsoka's shoulder, disorientating the young Jedi Padawan learner. She lost her concentration, and Still's sister fell and died. At the funeral, Ahsoka wanted to know what this was all for. However, Lux Bonteri said that maybe, in the end, the Republic will be formed. Maybe peace will be restored to the galaxy. Oh boy, boy. even I. The future is hard to see, it is. And not every future is certain. Around near early point of 20 BBY, Ahsoka Tano was charged to train 7 Jedi Padawan learners to forge their first lightsaber. She took them in their craft of Ilum, where Master Yoda encouraged them to use their rights, and discovering something about themselves. However, Yoda did not come with Ahsoka back to Coruscant. Ahsoka was soon overrun by Hondo Ohnaka and his thugs. Ahsoka Tano faced Hondo Ohnaka with her twin sabers. She told the Padawans to deactivate the gravity to suck them out. Ahsoka Tano defeated Hondo Ohnaka, but was unwittingly knocked out into space. However, the younglings were able to prepare a rescue for the young Padawan learner. They outwitted Hondo not once, but twice. Meanwhile, when Obi-Wan Kenobi was busy distracted by General Grievous' oncoming army, Ahsoka and the others were captured once again by Hondo Ohnaka and his Ahsoaks. But at that time, General Grievous has overpowered Obi-Wan Kenobi's army and took Florham, imprisoning Hondo Ohnaka and were seeking his revenge for Count Dooku on the pirate. Ahsoka, however, teamed up with Hondo, and many of them they had many respect for each other to take back their home. Tano and the younglings tried to divert droids where Hondo and one Padawan learner tried to steal the ship. However, Grievous caught up to them. Even they were overwhelmed in a tank, but the tank was no more. General Grievous and Ahsoka Tano engaged blades once again, until the ship Slave One, remade by Hondo Ohnaka. Ahsoka Tano took her chance to escape from the evil droid general. The second time, she can tell the tale of how she bested and survived General Grievous. But her time as a Jedi is almost coming to an end. She was only a true Padawan for 2 years, where others have been Padawans for centuries. In 21 BBY, near midpoint in 20 BBY, Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker attacked Cato Demonia, taking the planet. However, they received a hologram message from Grand Master Yoda. Yoda told them that the Jedi Temple had been attacked, and he demanded them to come back immediately. Ahsoka and Skywalker obliged. Their investigation led them to discover that Leto Tormont's husband, Jakar, was responsible for the bombing, and even though Letta played the Jedi round her little finger, the plan didn't last forever. Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker visited Leto Tormont's chamber after discovering that her husband Jakar was full of nanodroids when actually exploded in the Jedi Temple. They went to her apartment and investigated her. Leto Tormont escaped and led the Jedi astray. She was detected, and then she was captured and put in Jedi arrest. Then Leto Tormont requested Ahsoka Tano's presence. Ahsoka Tano obliged, and she was strangled to death in way of the Force, a Force choke. Ahsoka Tano was shocked and bewildered, but the clones believed her responsible for the crime. She escaped from the Imperial military barracks, chased around by Anakin Skywalker, still her master, to prove her innocence. She was in contact with Barriss Offee, but she came under the aid of Asajj Ventress, but she was attacked by an overwhelming amount. Assuming it was Ventress, Ahsoka Tano was lightly engaged by Commander Wolf. Ahsoka Tano was proved her innocence by her master, Anakin Skywalker, who discovered that it was Barasafi, Ahsoka Tano's best friend who framed her for the crime. The Jedi Order offered her way back into the Jedi Order, but she refused, saying that the betrayal of the Jedi Masters was too much. Ahsoka and Anakin's last words to each other through the entire discussing and parting their ways. Ahsoka Tano turned around and left her master with a confusing message, "I know." Then she walked away from her master, down the steps, never to be seen again. Ahsoka Tano going down the steps under the setting sun of Coruscant. Ready Skywalker is to have an apprentice, to let go of his beloved people. A greater risk it will be. True it will be, Yoda. True it is. If you really think that Ahsoka Tano is that stupid, dumb, annoying, bratty, stupid, impulsive, crappy Padawan from that terrible Clone Wars movie, you're right, but if you only saw the movie, you can't just judge. You have to watch the Clone Wars animation series to truly judge her character. And that's the thing about Star Wars. Star Wars is about great characters, not shoving a load of shit on a TV screen and calling it a movie. You might like the prequels, but I like characterization and plot, so take your picks. But this is Sam Waller, and this is my last video. I hope you enjoy, and watch the final pieces of Ahsoka Tano going down the Jedi steps. Adios, and may the Force be with you. Always.